Hey everyone, hopefully having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel's Finding Value. Today we're going to do our daily technical analysis updated commodities, work our way through the dollar, yields, precious metals, and commodities ETFs that I follow. I'll interject my financial opinions as we go through it together. If you need help with anything, check out finding-value.com. That's where I dive deeper into all of these subjects and topics, looking for potential investment opportunities, sharing those opportunities with everyone in the community. Also answering your questions on the weekends during the question and answer sessions. I also do a midweek update Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, released for Wednesdays, sharing my opinions of what I think looks good in the markets and the technicals. We still have that special coupon code if you want to join. Now would be a very good time to probably be looking to join because I think there could be a lot of good opportunities out in the market that are very cheap. I do think that we're in a commodity bull market. As you notice, I talk a lot about commodities. So if you're into commodities, if you want to make a little bit of headway in figuring out what companies you might want to be interested in the commodity sectors or precious metals, now's a good time to be looking. Special is the coupon code if you'd like to join. 50% off the monthly membership, only for the first month only. And then a larger discount on the yearly membership for anyone who likes to sign up for the yearly. All right, let's get moving here. Starting with the DXY, the dollar. We are up a little bit today. It was down earlier in the day and rapidly shifted to the upside. So moving on up, we saw yields move on up, and obviously there is some information that was released today from Trump with the delay of some of these tariffs. I think almost all of them but one. And the markets went wild. So we have a stronger dollar. Yields did go up with this dollar. The 2-year yield is up 5%. This is your bullish engulfing candlestick showing that we look good to go higher. We did get some follow through with that today. We have the 10-year up, but we do have kind of a weird looking candlestick. It was running in the morning, came back down, huge volatility with this candlestick here. And it's still in a bullish formation to go higher as we are sitting on top of all of this support down here. We're on top of all that. The 30-year also reversing quite rapidly today, and we could easily pull back a little bit with some small candlesticks or something like that before heading higher. But that is what we see in the short term here. And we are above all of that support. So we came off this bottom. This is a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder. Breakout of all of that and the big downtrend line. We have a 3-ump consolidation and have broken that to the upside. That still looks good to continue sideways or higher for interest rates on the 30-year. TLT bond prices are coming up a little bit on the 20-year. It does look like we're getting a little bit of a reversal candlestick where maybe bond prices could head up a little bit for the 20-year. The 2 and the 10, this is incredible, incredible volatility. What this is we've gotten weakness every time this yield curve uninverts, and I saw a lot of people calling for this curve to uninvert. I don't see the signs, the stuff that I follow and the indicators that I follow. The major ones do not necessarily scream that we are going into a recession. So we have a huge reversal candlestick today with the yield curve inverting back up for the 2 and the 10. Does that mean that a crisis is averted? Maybe. Maybe. We've gotten more time with the tariff stuff to figure this out, but it very well, we could invert the curve again. The 2-year yield was up 5% today. And we're back within this pattern here. So this could be a false breakout. And we'll go along and show you maybe some other false breakouts. TYX, TNX ratios pulling on back. We had a breakout of some resistance through here to the upside, but that might be a false breakout. We might be able to reinvert this back lower. What does that mean? Well, it means that inflation and the economy could be stronger than what most people were pricing in. It might be just a short-term blip, and there might be sectors that people thought were going to tank and may or may not tank now, given the information that we've got. I'll say the 90-day window is what I'll say. Gold's up 4%. This thing's ripping, $120 up. Now we had a pretty strong selling pressure move here. And today we had, I mean, this is a big buying pressure day. Lots of volatility going on across the markets. Now in the short term, it's a difficult read, but this still looks good to go higher. Why is that the case? My opinion is I think people are less willing to take bonds, and they may or may not want to be in the stock market because of volatility, because of fear, whatever it is. And people have been running into gold. And under these conditions, much like the 1970s back here, much like the 1970s back in the day there, sorry about that, guys. We're just getting the white line so you guys can see it. Big move with interest rates. This one was the other commodity bull market. And then we have another commodity bull market, which this is a cup and handle pattern that just broke out. So this looks fantastic. Long term, I think we're going higher over the next, say, 5 to 10 years, way up. Silver up 4%. This is a difficult one. This was obviously hit pretty hard with the news and information that was released with the tariff information. A lot of us think that the banks are in here trying to do something with silver and trying to hold it down, but we're up 4% today. I don't like seeing these big red candlesticks and being next to them. Sometimes they can produce flag patterns that we might have one last flush out in the future. But the question that a lot of people need to ask is, what caused this to move lower? Was it fear in the market from tariffs and all that? And is that fear relieved? There's a possibility that this very well could continue higher. Platinum up 2.4%, bullish engulfing. Looks like it could try to work its way on up. We'll have to see what the follow through looks like. And palladium also putting in a bullish engulfing, looking good to go higher. And that's at long-term support, very long-term support. We've got XAU to gold ratio up 5%, so this was probably just a false breakdown from fear in the market. Again, we're still at an incredibly low level for gold and silver mining companies divided by gold. This ratio has a long runway for price appreciation as gold goes through this bull market. Gold and silver mining companies generally outperform gold, and we've got a long runway. GDX up 8.4%. This chart looks stellar. Moving on up. We've got GDXJ up 10.5%. Nice big move. And again, the chart looks stellar. Here's your base and the breakout of the base. Looks fantastic. And then SILJ's up 11%. And this one hasn't launched yet. This is the earliest of the crew. This is where I would go. And I think silver, whenever it decides to rip past $35 an ounce, this is going to be a rocket launch. Again, I don't know the exact timing of when it will happen. This to me looks like it is a basing pattern. Crude oil. Crude oil. Now I'm getting a lot of crap from a lot of people in the comment section about crude oil and why I'm a bull. How them apples there? Big, fat, bullish engulfing. Now, you guys were banking on a recession that Trump put in place. Good luck. Good luck. We'll see if this is a bottom. We'll see if the shorts get squeezed here. We still have some work to go ahead. Now, this is the spot that we want to break. We could come up and roll over. Very well could be the case. We could also go up and slingshot out of this whole stinking thing, where this slingshot's all the way up and the shorts are going to get squeezed. That's a possibility. I don't know which one's right, but the market and the economy, I think, is stronger than what people are pricing in. I do not think that $50 oil or 50 something dollar oil is sustainable for a long period of time. We will lose millions of barrels per day of production around the world if we stay anywhere near $50, $60 a barrel oil. This is a bullish engulfing, and it looks like it wants to go higher. TTF gas was down 7.5%. This is kind of out of cycle. I should say seasonality. That's coming on back. That looks bearish. We've got natural gas in America up 8.5%. It's trying to get, it's right about support and resistance. So there's support resistance coming through here. It is resistance as we go through it, support as we get above it. But we got to get back through that. Our boy XOP, yeah, you know me, ripping it today, ripping it. I did put this pattern over it. What that pattern is it's the way that it falls is generally the way that it goes up. So what I did is I took that, I flipped it, and then I put it over. I didn't even change it. I put it over and just put it over like that. We dipped right where this dip. It's not a projection. It's just it dipped in a very similar way. And then what comes next is that. What this does is it gets everybody short. They say that it breaks these trend lines. But what they forget is that we're in a bull market. The famous quote, Jesse Livermore, the reminiscences of a stock operator. Mr. Partridge would always say, well, you know, we're in a bull market. So, well, you know, we're in a bull market. And we'll see if this gets squeezed on up or not. OIH also launching today, up 13% today. Big bullish engulfing. We'll see what follow through we get. This could be the beginning of a slingshot. It could be. And yes, I am positioned for all this, and people are going to say I'm crazy because it fell and broke out of its channel. Well, you know, we're in a bull market. Newcastle coal futures down 1.75% today. We're right on support. We've got Sprott Physical Uranium Trust, huge, big, bullish engulfing today. Now, in my opinion, the fundamentals and the technicals were good right here. This pullback was all Trump, the tariff fear. And it didn't even fall back that much. Now we've got another bullish engulfing. Higher, 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 higher. Uranium, we're moving, tracking sideways with the uranium futures pricing. It's trying to turn and move on up. We've got URA up 9.18%. We're starting to see some positioning. That's a bullish engulfing. You can even throw a sharp downtrend line that we could be breaking here. So this looks really good to move on higher. We've got URNM also putting in a big fat bullish engulfing, and URNJ with the big bullish engulfing here. So that also looks really good. And this is, if it were me, I mean, this looks like a bottom to me. We've got nickel moving sideways. We were getting some selling pressure here in a lot of these different commodities the past few days. Tons of fear. This very well could reverse quite quickly. We've got copper up 7%, putting in the big wick at the bottom. That's a reversal candlestick. We've got a bullish engulfing on the daily. Higher. Higher, higher, higher. We've got COPX up 11.88%. That's looking good. We've got lithium up 10%. That's looking better. And again, I think these are great buying opportunities. All of them. Everything. Everything. Now, some people will say, "How do you know? How do you know it's a great one?" So I'm in the camp. I'm a long-term investor, guys. I don't play the short term. I don't try timing markets like, yeah, I try to time my purchases, but I don't play the short-term timing game. So if someone's going to give me cheap shares, I'll take them and I'll just sit in them. That's it. REMX up 12.5%. That's also putting in pretty big candlestick today versus yesterday. Remember, a lot of these reversals are on news. News. This whole fallback here is like on news. It's not because the economy overnight got weak. Economy's still strong, and then the news is flipping these things back and forth. Iron ore up 2.8%, bullish engulfing, looking good to go higher. And I hate to say this, guys, but these could launch. This could send us into a major move, uh, possibly. If people went short too, it's just going to be fuel to the fire. Aluminum up 1%. That one quite not as good looking as some of the other areas. Baltic Dry Index, this is delayed, I think, one day. Yeah, it is. So we don't have most recent data, but this was coming back. It's probably up big today. We've got emerging markets up 7%. That is on support. It's coming on up. Pretty big candlestick today. Everything's looking pretty good. Moo up 7%. Big bullish engulfing to go higher at the bottom end of support. Probably a good time to be looking for potential entry points. KRE up 7.8%. Big bullish engulfing, looking good to go higher. Now, some of these, we've got some work ahead of us because we've got resistance above us. We need to get above that resistance. So this could be a bounce that rolls over. Could be. We'll have to see. XHB home builders, big bullish engulfing on the daily today. Higher. We've got TAN up 7.45%. That's even participating. This thing's been pretty weak. And no, I don't have any money in TAN, but that is a reversal candlestick to go higher. It is a bullish piercing candlestick. Russell 2000 putting in the big bullish engulfing, looking good. And again, we are underneath a lot of resistance, which is above us. But again, we'll see what happens. It doesn't look bad. S&P 500 bullish engulfing. Basically, everything's a bullish engulfing. So on the S&P, if we look at the daily here, back out, get some to gain some perspective. This very well could hit this and roll over or go sideways. But it really depends on tariffs and all these other things. I think this is kind of cooked. We fell below this during that. I think we're going to roll over. I think it's the time for commodities to be game on here. NASDAQ doing the same thing, but again, we're underneath resistance. So we could go all the way back up and we could very easily roll over for the NASDAQ. I think the economy will be strong. I don't think the stock market will be strong. The stocks do well under low inflation, low interest rates. I think we're going to have higher inflation and maybe higher interest rates, which is good for commodities and precious metals. We're seeing a big move in super microcomputer. We're seeing a big move in NVIDIA, almost 20% higher. And maybe these do go on and make a higher high. It's possible. We've got Bitcoin up 6.7%. Again, we're underneath resistance. We have to break through that. Ethereum up 12%, but this has been in a downtrend. We've got MicroStrategy up almost 25%, and we're in this pattern still, chopping sideways, kind of a three-hump consolidation or something going on here. We've got the VIX down 35% today, so that's been relaxing. And then looking at currencies, the Canadian USD, again, these are ones to watch. If you guys are commodity bull market guys, this is what you want to watch. Look for weakness of dollar in commodity-based countries. So the currencies during bull markets go up. This is prime for a move higher, just like the last commodity bull market that we went through. So Canadian dollar is way up. The African rand, I drew this on logarithmic, but that's up 2.6%. Brazilian real is up. There's your falling wedge. Sometimes you get a double bottom here, which we're going through. And then if this rockets higher, some of these companies, I mean, they go up a lot, 40, 50x. Australian dollar, it's right on support. It's up today, big bullish engulfing, just like all the other commodity stuff. I think it's going up. Great British, this is British pound, US dollar. That one doesn't look as good as some of the other ones. But that's where I'm going to leave it. It's right there. So that's what I've got for today, guys. Give me a thumb up for the content. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the website. Use that special coupon code if you like. We have a Saturday question and answer session coming up at 7 a.m. Mountain Time. You can ask me whatever you want. We've been getting a good chunk of people participating in these. They are a Zoom call if you guys are interested. I do go over individual companies, charts. I go over all sorts of stuff. I go over macro picture, interest rates, yield curves. We go over individual sectors. There's a lot of sectors I cover here. There's some other ones that I don't cover on a daily basis that I do sometimes talk about during the weekends. But that's all I've got for today. So we'll catch you next time, guys. This is Finding Value.